I can't wait to see Soca with it. If you had Soca with, I mean, you could lose like 50 pounds a day. I mean, I didn't even know how to say it.
You are right. You are absolutely right, Chica.
So when you mix baseball with soca, that's it. That is the workout track for everybody. All right, so we were stalling and giving it the idea of how this began. And Tenny, I got involved because of iCal. And I work with other artists, and I could tell you this one is so much better. Even though it's more work, it's more work because they're actually working. But some artists don't work.
No. But where you want to go with this?
As far as the Father take us, I've been doing this I've worked with basically a lot of artists, and I work with Sly and Robbie, I work with Island Record, I work with Spanabana, Ambelique, Jack Radix, So I'm in.
It's time for it to take off with you.
Well, actually, that was
off for you, but to take off with you.
Yes, and actually, Robbie Shakespeare is the one who told me to sing an album. I have an album out. Yeah.
What's the name of the album? And who has that album out? It's available?
It's available on the digital network. It's called Raid. I call Raid.
Ahora sí. Hey.
Oh, there he goes. Yay.
Yeah.
Ahora sí.
Sheikah.
Yeah, we do.
We have to perform a concert for them, fine?
I'm ready to go to Jamaica. Can't wait to get some cabbage and fish.
ready, like a loyal.
He said he is ready. He said up.
Well, you guys got a chance to talk to Tony Rebel when he was in Florida recently?
I did, but not the rest, because I was at the Rebel Salute as media. As media. Yeah.
That's fine. But because you want to be able to get the chance to have a one-on-one with Tony Rebel, so that he can understand where you guys are and to put you into something. I don't know. I can always have a one-on-one with him and send those 3 songs that you guys, because I think there are 3 good pieces to work with, especially the collaboration with Shaka Demus. It will be a good, because if you can get a good intro into the market via a Tony Rebel, then you're standing in line to at least do an opening act for Sumfest within a year or in a year and a half,
Yeah, and Sumfest is a big deal.
If you don't do Sumfest, you don't do a show.
No. So Tenny, what are you saying right now? We could get in 2026 in July.
I don't know because we'll see what happens. I have a meeting. I do some stuff for them.
We still have time for July, right?
Yeah.
But it's coming a new plan with Bilbo and Chaka. It's coming a new album.
The music, they have already signed off on the performing act. They've already signed off on that. And there's used to be a special opening stage that usually take place the night before the real show start. And they have scrapped that this year because the venue have been destroyed. So they're performing out of another venue temporarily, but they're coming back to Montego Bay. I have a production meeting with them, but my meeting with them and my activity with Sumfest is not in terms of artists. Mine is in terms of creative production. What I help them to make the place looks like when people arrive. So that's from that other aspect. But I always sometimes, you have a chance to be able to talk to the different people to say, hey, guess what? What about this? What about that? Fine?
Right.
Without making promises, I know that I still have a window to be able to talk to people. But certainly, if you can get a chance to have an interface with Tony Rebel, and I don't know, I can always, Sheikah, I'd have to get your number to Tony, so that Tony and you can, when he comes down, he calls you up and then you can have a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because once you can get a one-on-one with Tony Rebel, then he will be able to walk you through a window how to get this thing together. Because if I can have such broad-based connectivity, partner and working experience, we shouldn't have a problem. He can get him inside through the door. You understand me? Because it's just a question of who knows who, when, and how, and it's happened. The fusion is nice. The fusion will get you through the door because, like I said, Jamaicans are getting, just like how you said those African dancers doing their thing, and also and the next Rihanna want them on a show.
Yeah,
It's just like that. It's the same way you can with the fusion music, as the cross-cultural, as the lady put it, the cross-pollination of the reggae music with Latin music is something that is taking place and is taking the place by storm. So it's just a matter of time, right?
Yeah, and doors.
And on doors. And that collab with those guys, Chaka Demus, is a great start. You need to make them push it down here. We have to get the radio stations here to play it. And we're gonna have to, Sheikha and I are gonna have to talk about how we can get through the doors, get up people like a Ron Machette to have it an issue on his program, like a Ron Machette program and show influences. We have IRA FM once we can get it through the door. And IRA is not an easy place to get through.
No.
But once you get something through IRA, it is on the listings to get there. You have profiles done up of everybody.
Yes.
Everybody have a profile done up on a background on them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
And people have the official artist official profile page as well.
You guys
people have their own profile.
The music that you have you launched any of these music yet formally anywhere, anyhow?
They're all on the platforms, yes.
They are in the
They're all
platform,
in
and people
platform.
have the official artist profile as well.
Okay.
It's been launched.
Okay, good. Well, get your profiles out there, because what it therefore means is that we have to get the people who, not on the radio stations, but the people who write about the music. The people who write about the music. We have to see how we get them. Certainly, when I replay this, and I'm going to play it because this music. There were 3 music that you sent to me.
It was 2. The Conquito and I give you love.
I give you loves. Coqueta.
Yeah.
You say coqueta?
Conqueta, yeah.
Coqueta.
Makes me feel like I need to eat a coqueta, like I need to eat
It's coqueta. It's like fleur. Coqueta is fleur. It's a fleur.
Hey, Sheikha, they carry a rhythm like you're dancing to Dinky Mimi.
That's what I'm saying. I could dance and put like a flower in my hair.
I agree. When I hear that, I move my
Yeah, I just want to move and have on a dress.
And very sexy movement, like that. Slow jam, like a.
Yeah.
And get a piña colada or something and rum and go in the beach and dance.
Yeah.
A nice partner.
No artificial. El Bibo and Chaka. Tengo una morena en de dieve como loco. Tengo una morena que le encanta bailar. Tengo una morena que calienta poco a poco. On the reggae and la comienda soca.
Qué rico.
Porque le gusta hacer los jaicitos, ay papacita. Se pone coqueta y se menea.
Menea, it's a movement, menea, move.
Se menea, escuchando la vueltita de Benito. Dice que se le dice salir y perrea.
No, I like it. Because the rhythms are right. The rhythm.
Él dice que le gusta, Bilbo.
The beat. And it's dancehall.
Él dice que eso es un dancehall, dice Bilbo.
It's modern dancehall.
Es más moderno, Bilbo.
Eso es Afrobeat. Se llama Afrobeat. Es un Afrobeat.
Dice, un Afrobeat. Dice que es un Afrobeat.
Yeah. No, they are two excellent, they are two good songs. Right for the market, right at the right time. We just have to get them get some airplay.
Yep.
To figure out to get it in the airplane.
The airplay. So now we get it on the radio out in the islands.
In the island. Él dice que para poner toda esa música allá en la isla, Bilbo.
I give you love.
I give you love.
Él ha hecho, ya, espérate, Bilbo.
These are serious music after that.
Yeah.
He also had like four more songs with Chaka.
So he has 4 more songs, Tenny with Shaka.
He had Kulalea. Also, Kulalea is another song with Chaka.
Okay.
No, Kulalea. That they are not on. They have 4 more songs with Chaka that is not out yet, actually.
Okay.
It was.
All right. You have to plan a visit, so you can have some radio interviews and stuff like that, and you can always make some dancehall appearances.
Yeah. Let's just schedule a tour where we come in, do radio, go on to the events, and do it exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And possibly in between now and then get 1 more song out with another artist.
Yes, if you can get another collab with another artist.
Exactly.
So this can be done. This can be done with if you get some just to get some underground promotion going and get the tour.
Yeah.
You want at least 3 or 4 morning shows, 2 or 3 or 4 evening music shows with those art DJ jockeys who play spin music seriously. We can get that out there and get 2 good writers. If send the copy of the resume.
Do you own land and need a title? Well, the National Land Agency NLA can help. Through the systematic land registration process, the NLA will assist residents to get titles in declared project areas across Jamaica. Systematic land registration is the methodical and orderly registration of parcels of land in a designated area known as systematic adjudication area. For further information on the systematic land registration process, including declared systematic adjudication areas, who can apply and the benefits, visit the National Land Agency's website at www.nla.gov.jm or email asknla@nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better. Are you confident that you are the legal owner of your property? Take action to secure your property ownership. Get a registered certificate of title and become the legal owner of your property. To register your property and obtain a certificate of title, you will need to provide a tax registration number (TRN), a valid government-issued identification, a survey diagram, documentation to prove ownership, up-to-date property tax certificate, The names, addresses, and occupations of 2 neighbors over the age of 50 who are not family members and can give a declaration on your behalf. Proof that you have been in open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of the property for 12 years or more. For further information on registering your property and obtaining a certificate of title, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm.
The background, the profile, so I can see, because once we can get we can get somebody from the Observer to run a spin on the profiles, you know?
Yeah, we need a press release.
Yeah, we need to look at them,
The press
do some
release.
adjustment to it if necessary, and then we send a press release out there. And with the press release, we back it up now with at least some.
Ellos necesitan.
Yeah.
Ellos necesitan como
You have to do a campaign, because
prensa.
when you start a campaign, you can't stop the campaign. You have to run the campaign to give it.
Tiene que seguir la campaña y seguido. I'm sorry, I'm translating, okay?
No, you're doing fine. You're doing, we know.
Okay.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right,
Okay.
So, Shaka, what we have to do is to look at how we plan a campaign, fine, to involve radio, interviews,
Se
evening,
necesita una
night
campaña
shows,
de radio.
morning shows,
de-
and newspaper.
y del periódico también, dicen una
Claro,
campaña
prensa
de
escrita,
la-
prensa escrita,
medio,
prensa escrita.
Exacto. Prensa
escrita.
exacto. Ajá.
Claro, dile que sí, que es cierto que ahora vamos a trabajar en función de eso. Vamos a empezar con esta canción.
Say that
Con-
is true, that we working on it, in that we working very hard to do all that you say.
You're ready for a road show? You're ready for a marketing campaign?
Dice, él dice que si estás listo para una campaña de marketing.
Dile que yo nací con zapatos. Tradúcelo así mismo. Yo nací con
He
zapatos.
say he born with shoes.
He said what?
He born with shoes.
Listo para caminar, listo para caminar. Ready.
He born with shoes and ready to walk.
Okay, all right. Okay. Makes sense. Ika, what do you say?
Yeah, anything with mucho Bieber, El Bieber, mucho Bieber, we're in.
My bro, bless you, my bro. I love this respect. You my family, you know, you my family. My English good.
Getting better.
Where in Cuba are you from? Where in Cuba are you from?
¿De dónde
Where?
Cuba eres? ¿De dónde
Say,
Cuba eres?
Havana. I'm from Havana, Cuba. Havana, Cuba. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. I study at Bongo Nueve in
Él estudió en. Espérate.
I study theory and methodology of physical education, fiscal.
Sí, en Fajardo.
Fajardo.
Yes, Fajardo, yes.
Fajardo. Yeah, Fajardo. We know.
Yeah,
Fajardo.
Eso es por donde tú vivías, Miami. Eso es por donde tú vivías.
I was close to me. I used to live around there. The Fajardo.
Okay, cool. Yes.
I used to live around there.
Okay, cool. So I've been there, you know. Yeah. And to Havana a couple of times. Yeah.
Well,
I used to live near there.
You guys, Tenny Miller know everybody.
Sure about that. But we'll see what happens. No, we have to see how we work together and collaborate on this thing and get this thing, because the fusion definitely is something, and you're ahead of the game with that. You're right on the cusp of something good. So you don't have much problem. You just have to be aggressive and consistent.
Agresivo y muy persistente.
Yeah, and and stick close to Chashika so that we can all work together to make it happen.
Que seguimos, que sigamos cercanos a Chica y que seguimos trabajando fuerte para.
Dile que Chica también es familia. Chica, hacer que volar.
Chica es family, hacer que volar.
So I would tell you to sell one of the cards and get some cash flow going so Sheikah can be able to have some mobilization cash to
sell one of the cars.
sell one of the cars.
Yeah.
Because I would like to say, Sheikah, you gotta be in Jamaica next week. I said, all right, these are the things that you have to do. So when she comes in and she does the rounds, she sets up the appointment and get all the things good, and we get the things together. So when she says, "Okay, guys, jump on the plane,"
yeah,
pack your
gotta be
bag.
ready.
Because you're going to Reggae Land.
Para que Chica haga todos los planes, para cuando Chica empieza a dar tarjetas, que a la semana que va en una cerca ya para Jamaica, que empieza a dar las tarjetas, para cuando Chica digo, móntate en el avión, estate listo.
Claro, pero dile a mí que la estrategia nosotros ahora, que también cuando salga Pretty Lady, como yo soy un artista cubano que está introduciéndose en ese mercado, quiero crear una base sólida, ¿sabes? Para luego entonces ir con peso a hacer negocio.
Okay, he said that since he's a Cuban artist, that he's starting in this new path, a new adventure. Let's put it an adventure of this new path of the dance hall and the reggae. He has to make a solid start to make this work very good. That's what he wants.
Yeah, so he's focused.
And I think, he's very focused on what he's doing. He's very disciplined.
Absolutely.
And he's very disciplined. No wonder he worked with Chaka Demos. That's right. Thank you so much, Mr. Miller. It was a pleasure to meet you.
¿Cómo lo puedo seguir a él en Instagram?
Chica tiene el link, puso el link en el grupo de Billboard and Ica. Ahí está.
And always send me the music, so I'll play it.
I will always.
Dice que le mande música que él la pone.
Ok, perfecto. No, es I give you love. No. You give me love. Ya te lo digo, ay, que lo repito yo. El cubanito con tu flow te engancho. Yo te quedé, porque yo tengo el swing que le gusta la gata. Tengo esa azul con limón que te mata. Chica, hacer el que hola.
Where's Ical?
Ical is there. Ical is taking it all in.
It's too time for shine for you, Ical.
Ical is like, listen, I've been there, done that, been around the streets, the blocks, and down around the corner.
It's too time to shine for you. I always say, Ical, it's time for you to shine.
That's right.
Get up.
Ical's day is coming. Guys, thank you so much for your time and for sharing.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. It was a pleasure.
Bye.
And remember my dress, snap, and my cabbage.
Oh, of course.
God bless you.
Once you touch down, you're okay.
Good.
Okay, God bless you. Have a blessed night.
Thank you so much.
Tenny. Bye.
Tenny.
Yes.
Enough love.
Enough love message, man. Welcome back. So you just saw a group interview discussion which I had with Montego Bay, and of course Ical with Trisha from the About Us radio station out there in South Florida. Like I said, this is an artist, is a Cuban artist who does a collaboration with Ical. And of course, he did something with Chaka Demus and players. And he's trying to make his way into the market and into the industry. So, I just had a discussion with them to find out, get some of his energy and his commitment to the process and the kind of discipline that he's coming to the process with. Fine? That should be interesting to see how that unfolds over the next couple of months. And to see where that will take him. About Us radio station is also playing some of his music, and they're doing About Us, and it's of course it's Fire 97 out there in Florida. So we see how that unfolds. Chaka Demus and Plies has a collaboration with them, and it's something that they say they're going to be doing again. they have a couple of things organized to work with Shaka Demus, and they're looking for other reggae artists to be able to, do collaborations with. Like I said, they're doing a mixture of fusion and reggaeton and dancehall, and bringing up some of the Cuban street rhythms into that process, so we see how that unfolds. And that's it. Over the last week, a number of things have taken place here in Jamaica, and as we look, one of the things that it takes place is that I ran into one outstanding Montego-ian who's a thespian, an artistic director, a writer, a creative spirit, as well as we looked into the some of the work that he's doing and what he has been doing for a while. So we're going to have a chat with him. But before that, I just wanted to make mention that I noticed in the Kingston Harbor, there's a vessel out there. But before we get to that, we're going to talk to our thespian friend. His name is Douglas Prout. Douglas Prout is a well-known Montego-ian, doesn't need any introduction. And he has been doing a tremendous amount of work with the theatre, with the Fairfield Theatre, with the Rose Hall Great House and the nightly entertainment which takes place there. But, nobody has known much about Dougie. I've not seen him for a while. And Dougie is one of those private people who you hear most from him when he's either, directing on the stage, directing for a play on the stage, or he's perhaps doing a cameo appearance in a performance. I spent some time and I had a discussion with Dougie Prout. Hear what Dougie had to say about, what he's doing and where he's going and the kind of stuff that he's doing at this time. Take a look. This is Dougie and I with a quick discussion. I mean, that's a way. You never see him. And I said, the almost in face look. And I said, we're right to this Dougie. You look at least another 10, 15 years younger than I saw you the last time.
Benjamin Button thing,
Yeah, Benjamin Button, yes. You're reversing age. Dougie, it's such a pleasure to see you.
Oh, my man. Good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you. I mean, I don't even to start a conversation with Dougie Prout, because when you meet with Dougie Prout, where you start a conversation from? One start at Bay, you can start under the clock. You can start in an insurance company. You can start at Montego Bay Liquor Theatre. You can start at the church.
Referee,
you
football.
You can start your football. But Dougie, you have been here. You have not really left here. You've just circumnavigated Montego Bay somewhat, geographically and otherwise. But you're more or less, when a man says, well, Dougie, then all of a sudden you appear. But there are so many things that are happening in and around the town and have been happening. And I know from where you are and whenever you are, you have your own personal opinions and joys and sorrows about some of what you see and what you hear and so on. What do you feel about Montego Bay? Let me start there. Because you can branch off anywhere. You are a Montego-ian, you are a thespian, you are a social changer, you bring about several different things in Montego Bay. Yeah, Bay boy.
I thank you for the question, and thank you for talking to me, brother. And greetings to your listeners. I am actually one of them. I've been following you on social media for a bit, under the quiet,
Under the quiet, yeah.
Born a Bay, so spent my early years in England, come back, Albion School, Cornwall College, Sam Sharp.
Yes.
So I am a regionalist, I am a Montego-ian. This is where I grew up. Tertiary is here, and Fairfield Theatre is my main university. That's where I learned a lot of life lessons. That's where I developed my passion for the theatre. Started in Cornwall, but certainly was Fairfield Theatre, and I did like 40 years there, 30 odd years.
No, you must tell a lie about age, no,
no, when I started from like 19 while in college. And while my heart is in Moby, right? This is where I'm from, but I cannot avoid a sense of sadness for where we are as far as theatre is concerned, that aspect of the performing arts. Because I cannot speak with greater authority, I'm a little out of the loop, I'm a bit out of touch with Moby. I know there's a great stand-up comedy movement going on, there's all kind of enough entertainment in the Bay, but straight theatre that I grew up on at Fairfield,
which was part of a Montego Bay itself.
So that is no more, so that's what leaves me with a bit of sadness. I'm happy for all the other performers and artisans and players of instruments that are current now. But I'm a dinosaur. I'm from the 70s where theatre was big, and 80s. I remember directing the first person to ever win an Actor Boy Award outside of Kingston.
Yes.
I did it 3 years in succession with Lively, Smith, Fabian, Thomas and Makeda, Solomon.
Yes.
So there was a light, a lean into, just like in the 80s, 90s when the football in this country emanated out of Western Jamaica.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
At that time, there was a leaning towards great thespians, great performing arts coming out of Montego Bay. I know there's still talent, but I don't know if there is that avenue anymore where we can say, okay, go Fairfield Theatre and hone the skills, learn this and that.
But we don't seem to have anybody who really is an innovator within the context of that who will be able to somehow spearhead that kind of a direction
and I can't honestly say that theatre is outdated, that it's dying, because in Kingston, the same country, just 100 miles in the other direction, theatre is alive and well.
Yes.
You can see 5 shows this weekend in Kingston.
Just like that. But so when you move back and forth to wherever you stay on the continent, right, you come back to Jamaica for theatre. And if nothing brings you back here, theatre brings you back here.
I'm involved in Canada. I'm in Edmonton now. Moved out of Toronto 2 years ago. And I acted in a play this year. I went back as a nervous wreck. But because I haven't acted for so long and my brain was more worried about will I remember the lines, what will happen if I
my God, yes.
But that went well. So I'm getting into theatre there, and I have a play for Canada when I get back. I have a new play that I'm going to start rehearsing in August in Kingston. Headlining the cast is the great Alwyn Scott. So I'm delighted to have Alwyn on board.
That's an outstanding Jamaican performer.
He's incredible.
Yes,
so he's going to be the add the bulk of the marquee value for that show. But I will be at the Little in October. So, and I did Con Artist that I wrote for Montego Bay, in Kingston. I did that. Oh, good. So I try to maintain touch with my roots, but I have to go to Kingston to do a play because
nothing is here.
Yeah.
But what's becoming of the Fairfield?
The derelict building. It's gonna fall down. I don't like going up there. There is no road anywhere, so you have to walk because the water damage. It's just an abandoned building, so it's just gonna drop down with the cobwebs and memories of our past inside those hollowed walls. It's sad, it's very sad. I don't enjoy going up there because it makes me tearful. I really want to cry when I see. I used to walk, before I had a car, I used to walk from downtown to Fairfield
for rehearsals and to do a play and that sort of thing.
Yes, so photographs on the wall, great memorabilia still in there, but the place just a rotten down.
But who owns the property? What can be done with it? Who can take charge of it?
Great question. There is no short answer. Where is the collective will? You want to do it, I want to do it, but we perhaps you may disagree, but I'm past my prime, and so we need youthful energy to come on and drive it. I didn't realize at the time that I was driving it when I was a chairman, and attracted a lot of other stakeholders and like minds to come and get involved. That hasn't happened in recent years, and it just nothing.
But because there's no Montegonian who seem to have
a young, vibrant,
bitten by the bug that way.
Like a Libby still loves theatre.
Yes, but then
would love it, but you can't rely on me and Libby.
No. I'm saying we are more or less. We need young, strong energy, and none of the institutions around the schools and college. They seem to be producing any strong, young, upcoming.
I'm not aware. Because where do they go? Where do they showcase their talent? I want to direct, I want to write, and I have to go to Kingston to do it. So I would imagine it's similar for somebody who has a natural gift, performing arts. Where do they get to? Maybe going to the hotels and work in entertainment as a playmaker, if they still have that. I don't know. So it's sad.
Well, that's very sad. That's very unfortunate. And it will just stay there and just go the way of like everything else.
One day somebody might strike a match. I don't know. It's falling down. It's falling down. So sad. I drove by one day to Granville, Pitford side, and I looked up, like the front door like blown up after Melissa. So I don't even think there's any security with the building. So it's leaking, the roof is leaking.
And one other thing, we have photographs, we have pieces of props, we have thing. And I'm wondering whether or not, some interesting memories there, whether or not those things could have been secured and maybe mounted in this town hall in the town centre, and whether or not there's something for the parish council to be able to take on that responsibility.
I'm with you 100%, Tenny, but who's going to bail the cat? Who is going to do just that? Brilliant idea, but I'm not going to do it. I spend 10 months out of the year
abroad,
So somebody has to buy into what you're saying because it's valid and wholesome and worthy and necessary. But I don't know who is that person. Who is going to leave wherever they're find the time to go up there, because you can just walk in and take the black and white photos off the wall and whatever.
Because those are such important piece of the history of not just theatre but of Montego Bay and Western Jamaica.
Correct. By extension, theatre in Jamaica.
Theatre in Jamaica. Yeah. And which should be preserved and should be secured in one way or the other.
I hear you.
It is a thought that it crossed my mind a couple of months ago, and that's why I saw interesting that I saw you, because every now and again I see you on Facebook, and if I find some foolishness, I send it to you. You think I said take that, you know, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. But it's something I'm going to be really discussing again with other people, because I'm interested in seeing how I can interest Angela Witter.
She's next door.
She's next door. In saying that, what can you do to help us to, if not to restore the building, which might be a major exercise.
Multi-million-dollar project.
Oh yes,
but indeed, just hit it down and start all over.
And start over again, but you know, but at least to secure what remnants, what relics are there, so that we can have that. So
for posterity.
Yeah, for posterity. So I said I discussed it with her and Curly, and to see where we could go with that thought.
Please do.
But in terms of Montego Bay, as you see Montego Bay unfolding socially and politically, Dougie, what kind of things are coming to your head? What are some of the things that you're seeing and you're pleased and not pleased with? That you think you don't have to make major political statements, because you have never won for doing those things.
Leave that one outside the up stump, because I have to be careful. And as I said to you earlier on, I declared myself that I'm born a Bay. I love my Bay. I'm a regionalist. This is where I grew up, and so I wanna probably plead the fifth on that one, because it's because of my leaning to the arts and the failure of successive governments, successive movers and shakers to address that burning issue of developing and honing talent here in Western Jamaica.
Because even Sidney Reed, as you talk about, Sidney Reed was one of those persons, God bless his soul.
Yeah, he would have been good. Yeah. He would be a driving force.
Oh yes, he would have been.
Yeah. But you see, the names that you and I have mentioned so far are all over 50, you know. We need some 20 odd, 30 odd.
Yeah, you need some young fresh blood.
Energy and drive and time and desire to, but maybe, I don't know. So glad to see the highway.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
I can't wait for that to open up.
Yes, that one.
The congestion in the middle of the square is painful. We could do a little better with garbage collection.
Oh yes.
You know. But what a place, there's just something special about Mobi that you always want to return to it. You always. When you're landing and you're way over coming from like Negro side, and you look down and see Hanover and you see the runway line up straight ahead, and you look at the green rolling hills. Oh, there's a feeling that is.
Yeah, oh God, yes.
Nothing like it. Home.
No place like home, no place like, you just want to feel. And that feeling what hits you when you touch down.
Absolutely. It's irreplaceable. There's nothing quite like it, you know? And where am I gonna get a nice steamed fish, like, you know?
Yes, a good nice steamed fish.
Yeah. Yeah, so still love Mobi. But I struggle to stay here for more than like 4 weeks. Sadly. Can't manage it anymore.
So we need some fresh blood, and there's no way to find that.
There is, but we just haven't found them. But you could be the college you mentioned earlier on, that we could go there and talk to the students, talk with Sean and Miller, brilliant mind out.
Oh yes, and she's out in Hanover. She's burning to do something, but she needs support. She needs the help.
Yeah, so we need to handpick stakeholders, those of who share what we're alluding to here, and see if we can put together a little think tank. And somehow inspire and motivate and be a catalyst to have some younger, fresh blood seeing the vision and buying into it and trying to actually do something.
But but I feel that what we are talking about now is something that, if it's even a last lick, as I say, find a way that we can look at cherry picking and hand picking a group of 10 or 15 persons, including possible business people.
Of course.
Because you and me know that money is the lifeblood of theatre. Yeah. And theatre is there for the purpose of attitudinal change, behavior change, understanding who you are and your history. Is not just because you want to make a money.
No.
And just to see how they do all talent and gift of people and the cultural benefit that comes out of that. But if we could find a way, and I am prepared to work with you and anybody that we can find, to say, let us try again. To see if we can find a group of
Here
persons.
how I would be involved. Because remember, I live a day away from here. It takes me a day to get here now from Edmonton. 2 flights. I would like to see you and yourself form this group of interested persons. And let's say you want to do a play as a fundraiser or attention grab or whatever. I'm willing to come down to direct it. That's my strength. That's my forte. I can direct, I can write. But I don't know if I'm the best person to sit on a committee to strategize and formulate plans about the vision.
No, and
I want to practically come down and teach youngsters. You know, I can come down.
No, you share the kind of a wealth and knowledge that you have.
That's where I would
give
come
us
in.
a sense of history. So that people can get things in perspective and to say, okay, fine, and so this is how we go forward.
But I tried exactly what you're alluding to before. Clinton Pickering, Lloyd B, myself, and I don't remember a young lady named Nelson. A few of us, and we even had a chat group try to resuscitate the lady, but I think rigor mortis set in on Fairfield.
Yes.
She's gone. So we just have to try something different. But I don't think it will ever be revived. It just something.
And if it's not Fairfield, but at least theatre.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need to look at. Because the talent is here. I have no doubt. There's talent here. So it just needs to be honed and inspired. So
my conversation with Dougie Prout. Is a director, a playwright, an actor, impresario, a marketing executive, among several other hats and talents and attributes which he has to him. One of those persons who have, blazed the trail in terms of helping Montego Bay, putting on the map where the whole cultural fabric and its melting pot is concerned.
A paid advertisement by, I'm not sure who this was, but yeah. But thank you for your kind words, sir.
But we were just here shooting breeze, and just look at it was just wonderful to see him walking through the door. And to see, nobody has ever been able to capture Dougie just to find out, what's going on. Dougie, but apart from that, what else is new? What's on the horizon? You're doing a new play? Are you doing something?
Indeed. I wrote a play called Timeless, which is my kind of paying homage and respect to the aging process.
Okay,
it's about
to aging.
Because I can speak with authority about that.
Okay, sure.
I have an idea what that feels
like.
Yes, my knees remind me every morning.
Oh God, yes, it does.
So it's really a love story, but it looks at the impermanence of human existence. And where I say that, I mean, we trace the lives of 2 young people, meet each other while in high school, and check for each other. One is more agrarian, agricultural, less polished, and the other girl is in 6th form, bright, articulate and thing, but somehow them connect. And he end up earning more money than her because him working at the field. She became a postmistress, he became a farmer. And we meet them in school. The next scene is at them funeral, 50 odd years later when they're dead. And they are side by side in coffins, and then look over and continue and start a conversation. Say, hold on.
Wow.
What happened to it?
Wow.
And they don't realize they're in the in-between.
Stop it.
So I've never seen a play located in the in-between, or purgatory as some may call
purgatory,
it.
right.
The Buddhists would call it bardo, a place in between where before judgment, before you decide if you're going to go up top or down about to go burn. And they have this enthralling conversation about their life.
Wow.
And 2 characters come who they can't see or hear because they're invisible to them. But one of them named Gabby, short for Gabriel, the angel.
Okay.
The other one named Lucy, the short for
Lucifer.
You got it. And they're having their tug of war, darkness and light, good and evil. And lots of singing in it too. Alwyn, sings well. And they give us stories about love and the ups and downs of love and how it is
explore
perfect.
the whole social role of work in their lives and how that.
And we look at what happens after our hearts stop beating. Does love disappear? What happens next? And so we get an insight into that, and there's a surprise ending to it. So I'm trusting it will do very well, as it's reflective, it's nostalgia, it's based in like the 70s, 80s, so we hear a lot of old-time terms that we need to remember.
Yes.
So, countryman and a girl, so it's almost have a feeling like the Pygmalion, My Fair Lady vibe, where she's trying to refine him. It's her first love. So she's staying with him, even with his imperfections.
Yes.
And him love her dearly, even with her speaking down to him at times, or correcting his grammar and his syntax.
Oh,
don't need that up in the hills.
No.
When him have 100 head of yam.
I'm joking. I'm not worried about that.
Who cares for that?
Yes.
So
the dynamics are interesting. I like it.
I think so. Thank you. So they have a lot of fiery, irreverent conversations, banter, and so we get to see what their life was like before they ended up in that scene where we see them at their own funeral talking to each other.
Wow.
So that's what I'll be working on. Opens in October.
Where you draw on to get all those various
not even
motives
sure
to be able to
what I do know is that I was tired, and I probably would break out in hives if I saw one more play with a living room sofa in the middle, and the kitchen with the beams, and the front door and a window
and
with
people
curtains. I'm tired of that.
Yeah. It was not creative. It was innovative. It never. It jars the sensibilities rather than
too many times
influence you.
It's cliched and hackneyed and warm.
Yes,
so I'm tired of the living room. So here, the location is that space, that luminal space in between, before we go up top or go down the bottom.
Oh my God! So you can do anything with that.
There you go. I have full dramatic license, artistic license. And we have the two, one in black, one in white. I talk with them. And assisting them on their journey. And
the only person I've seen that had a challenge with time and space is the great, and I call her great, Carol Laws, who used to be director of the School of.
She's still with us?
Huh? I don't know. I know she went to Nigeria, and she was lecturing at the university in the arts faculty. I don't know what became of her.
She directed me in Man Better Man at Fairview Theatre, because she was briefly at Sam Sharp Teachers College. In the 70s something.
Yes, Carol Laws and there's Carol Dawes.
I think I'm talking about Dawes.
Dawes, we're talking about Dawes. I'm talking about Dawes.
Went to Africa too.
Yes. Laws went to Africa too, because Laws was also a protege of Dawes.
Carol Dawes. That would confuse anybody. Yeah.
That's good. No, I remember even when she did the Bakai. God, Carol had you on top of the theater, and have when and she was just
had some weird, not run of the mill at all.
No.
Outside the box.
No. Yeah. From the days of Euripides, she just brilliant.
I'm not sure she's still with us.
No, I know. I don't think she's still there. But no, I'm excited. And the production's going to be ready when?
October. Open the 10th of October. Little. We run all of October, all of November, first week of December. Then I return home.
Okay, and then you go home. So I'm going to have to come down.
Yeah, man.
I have to, whatever takes place, I have to see.
Strong cast.
Very strong cast. And then apart from that, you have this dubious privilege of being a grandfather. Or is it a great-grandfather?
It's a distinction. It's an
honor. A distinction.
I have 3 grandkids, 2 boys, but they're in Florida with their father. And despite my remonstrance and my insistence, he won't send them to me. He outsmart me. So, but luckily for me, my daughter and her husband, they live in our house. We are in Edmonton.
So them not a choice. So you really a fear picnic.
I'm a brethren that man. Mila redhead Mila on me every day.
God. And I said, Doug is having the time of his life. Oh my God.
Fun. Yeah. I miss
because, but funny enough, I have the distinction of being a great grandfather.
A great
grandfather. So therefore, and she's what, 2 years is 2 years old?
2.
Just about the same age as my great grandchild. Yeah. And then so she calls me every time and she says all sorts of things, and you have to say yes. Precious. It's unbelievable.
You wrap around a little.
Oh yes, and when them just take him make idiot.
Yeah, man.
She want to put you all in a dress. She want to put a crown on your head. She want to do all sorts of stuff to you. But it's just amazing.
It's a privilege.
It's such a privilege. Yes, indeed.
Brother, thank you.
It's such a pleasure. Really appreciate it.
Talking to me.
We'll walk up again.
Yes, man.
All right.
Best to you here.
Well, good.
Blessings.
Thank you. That was Dougie Prout. Very distinguished son of the soil of Montego Bay, a thespian impresario. He coordinates and organizes the entertainment at the Rosal Great House. Bright young man. He tells you that he has passed the age of something like that, but then, what can I tell you? But what he says is right. The theatre in Montego Bay needs to be revitalized. There need to be new blood, new energy. It needs to be pruned and refreshed. And there are some people, I don't know, but people don't want to really step out and take charge. But the facilities are there, and it is given to Montego Bay as long as people in Montego Bay will use it for the purpose that it was donated for, and that is to, so for theatre and the development of the arts. And I hope that whether you're from Montego Bay or from Hanover or wherever, but you're part of the West, I would imagine that people like Shauna Miller, Philip Clark, and some other persons who are around. There's Mr. Tolo. But there are numbers of youngsters around who perhaps should really take on the task of, restoring the facility and bringing back some amount of theatre and entertainment of one sort or the other to Montego Bay. So I hope that, some people will get the vision and get the memo, as they say, and see if they can start something like that. The program is Tenny Miller Live, and I'm coming to you live from the Spicy Dutch Pot restaurant here in Montego Bay. It's one of the newest offering for restaurant and food and entertainment and stuff too. That's the Mr. In the background there, you can see Mr. Fletcher, who is a proprietor. Yeah, yes, Patrick Fletcher. The proprietor. This place used to be called the Burger House. It's now Spicy Dutch Pot Restaurant here in Montego Bay. So when you come into town, it's right at City Center. As you descend the hill, where Mount Vernon High School is there, it's right on your left-hand side. You can't miss it. You just turn in and tell them that I send you. You have to get a 10% discount. And it will be honored. So we will hope you stop in and have some breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And the prices are reasonable and the quality of the food is good. Really good. And I'm not saying that because I'm on TV. I'm saying it because I've had the food. The soup this morning was off the chain. Managed to off the chain. Yes, and of course, I had the beef, pot roast. And I'm not a person who really into beef. And the pot roast was great last week. And we're going to have the curry goat today. And there are other things on the menu that we're going to be tasting. But we're here for another couple of weeks, so we invite you to stop in. And if you're flying into Montego Bay and want to find a place to just chill out after you get off that terrible flight, just stop at Spicy Dutch Pot, unwind a little bit, get yourself a sorrel or something, and you don't have to go join a line for a party, or you join one of those people from the Comteki place. You just have to just stop in at Spicy Dutch Pot and enjoy the food. The food promises to be very entertaining and delicious, and the staff is entertaining, and it's quite a nice place for you to stop in and have a meal. With our discussion, as the discussion continues, I was mentioning earlier that I noticed that there are quite a number of things happening. In the Kingston Harbor is one of the largest military vessels in the world. And it is anchored in the Kingston Harbor, and it brings forth a lot of speculation as to why now, considering that there's so much bad blood seem to be
generating around Cuba suddenly, because the United States seem to now take on a new posture to be policeman for the rest of the, well, no, let me back up. They have always had the posture of being a policeman for the world. But in this case now, they seem to want to carry out a vendetta against Cuba, despite Cuba have been existing for more than 60 years, and they have tried with the Bay of Pigs, they have tried with several other what do you call it, skirmishes and adventures, military and otherwise, to try to get Cuba to its knees, and the people in Cuba have stood resolute, and they've said that their way of life and their way of living and their pursuit of their happiness and their dream is different from everybody else's, but they believe in peaceful coexistence. Apparently, some people in the United States, by virtue of the fact that it is the great United States, which seem to be shedding some of that mystique of being this superpower. And this is gradually going down, unfortunately. But, the Secretary of State, and accompanied by the, or supported by the President, seem to want to find a way to bring Cuba to its knees. They are now asking the people to overturn the government if they can, to take on a new, lifestyle. Now, after 60 odd years and more less 2 generations of persons passing through there, I'm not sure the people in Cuba wants to do that. And they're not going to acquiesce or jump to the tune of the United States, or to the Soviet Union for that matter, although they have been close associated and close friends of the Soviet Union. I don't think they really want to do that. They want to chart a course and a life for themselves. And we have to give them the space and the opportunity to do so. It's not the days of the Cold War, it's different. So we hope that they will allow them to exist. And like we say, peaceful coexistence, is very, very important. There's another thing which is on the agenda, and that's the whole business of the transportation sector. Seem to be featured now. What the enemy? If I check my records, I can see that the transport operators have gotten that long-awaited 16% fare increase. Now, as Jamaicans continue to face pressing economic challenges, the recent appeal of the approval of a 16% fare increase for public passenger vehicles, PPV operators, has sparked widespread discussion nationwide. The public passenger operators are finally receiving this long-awaited 16% adjustment, but the Transport Minister Darrell Vaz announced that Cabinet has approved the 60% increase following discussion with transport stakeholders. But just want to say that there's a lot of confusion and a lot of things happening in that process. What do I mean by that? They have waited almost 2 years, if not more, for this 16% increase, right? But the sector has so changed, evolved. The business of the economy has moved at this spiraling rate and level that they really deserve another 16 on top of the 16, if not more. No, that because of the business of demand and supply and the business of how the economy is changing and has changed, and the fact that there's an oil crisis, and there's their business of price increases, because not just when oil goes up, several other things that are oil-related manufactured or anything that has to do with plastic, oil, anything of that nature, the prices on that goes up. So tires gone up. The price of oil, the oil filters, you name it, different things have gone up. So the transport operators are feeling the brunt of that. Plus, it's only recently that some of the roads are being fixed, because you had a serious problem for years whereby the condition of the roads is just disgraceful, to say the least. But the government is now trying to do something about it. And we give them kudos and we say, yes, it can't be done too soon. There are still some secondary and tertiary roads, across some communities and across this country, which also still needs to be looked after. But I am not sure the transport sector is going to be very settled and cooperative for too long. Because one of the unfortunate things is that this 16% now, which was approved by cabinet, I hear them giving them 8% now and another 8 in July. What kind of fool business is that? So when you're telling the consumer now that they must prepare for gradual shocks, because the people's salary not going up enough. Nobody not getting a salary increase on them, and the wages are not going up at all. So how do we deal with all of this? This is a serious thing. People have a tremendous amount of challenges facing them when it comes to, dealing with their little wages and the various things that they have to fork out money for. You have to fork out money for school fee, for lunch, for bus fares for your children. You have to look at if you have to pay for some things at the hospital. You have to pay for medication, and the price of that is going through the roof. You go to the supermarket, the various things that you have to purchase, and most of what is imported, it just have fly like bird, and people are not getting a salary increase. So, and I'm only saying that, to say that it's a serious issue on the ground, because it's not just the fact that consumers are feeling it in more ways than one. So when you talk about this fare increase, and the taxi men need the fare increase, I'm not saying that they don't need it. I don't know, I say that they don't deserve it. They deserve it, because a lot of them have been weighted and have been punished and have suffered so much that some of them decide to park the vehicle and go look at work if they can get it, or do something else. But the reality is that people's ability to afford, to purchase, to look after their children, to take care of clothes and food and medication, it is becoming tighter and much more challenging and much more difficult. And we don't know what's going to go on, how long this is going to go on for, but something's going to happen, because people are reaching a point whereby they can't take too much of something and not going to be able to take it anymore. So we just sit and watch and to see how all of this will unfold on the economy. I know the government saying that they're doing a certain thing, and they take money out of the housing trust and the housing corporation, and they have billions now or trillions to do with rebuilding. And the social investment fund have a certain amount of money which is supposed to assisting with social infrastructure, that's other things and so on. So what can I tell you? Is a whole lot of things is gonna take place. So we just watch and see how this thing unfold. But it's a challenge. And the lives of people are changing. And the generation that we have here, the Gen Z generation, they are not a patient set of people like in my time. They want for them thing last week. So we see how that unfolds. We have another matter to look at, right? And we hope that you will bear with us. Recently, there was a demonstration in the town coming out of the Buju shooting in Granville. And in the town, you had the Councillor Troop. He led a group of people into the town to demonstrate in solidarity with the family of the lady Buju, who was shot by the police. And yes, and it is said for no reason at all, for no just reason. And people have been saying and been whispering and been talking, have been in no uncertain terms making their voices be heard, saying that if this matter is not dealt with seriously and responsibly by the Commissioner of Police, then what is going to happen is that things in Granville never be the same again. And if things in Granville are not going to be the same again, it means that they have to fence Granville with battalion of police truck and car and van and whatever, because they're not going to take it lightly. I see some amount of good sense is prevailing because the police is now charged, and it has been made public that the officer was charged. Now, what is the nature of the charge and how the process is going to continue? We don't know. We stand by to see and to hear and watch, and we hope the police will be proactive in making sure that they stay with the community, not to just to police them or to guard them, you know, with vehicles and battalion of support from the military, but to engage the community in meaningful dialogue to show that the police department is sorry about the unfortunate incident which has taken place and are prepared to work with the community to bring back some amount of normalcy, to ensure that information pertaining to what has taken place is disseminated freely, quickly, and as clear as is possible, so clarity prevail and people feel that, well, yes, justice is also in the process of perhaps being done. And see how you can come up with some creative ways of helping and working with the community to move past this and to go back to where they were trying to transition to, because this were like about 2 or so years. There were no sort of killing of any unnecessary killing or murder taking place in Granville. And when these series of things started in Granville, which were all back to back, involving the police, people are now was just getting to that point where they say, listen, enough is enough. So we hope that it is cauterized not through military might and police strong arm management, but show the human side of the police, show the human side of the government, show the human side of this serve and protect mantra that the police seem to operate by, and make sure that they engage the community seriously and look at the youngsters, because you have the youngsters in community, you know, those who are 14, 15, 16, who are watching and who are, some of them are the victims because the first issue that caused the precipitated the Bojo things, the fact that a 17-year-old boy coming from a party with his girlfriend was shot innocently, and the circumstances around that is very questionable, And they were just demonstrating to show their disgust and asking for some amount of justice when Bujuno was now stopped. And before you know it, she was shot. And I wasn't there, but, all indications point to the fact that it was irresponsible, senseless, careless, and was seemed to be deep-rooted into some amount of braggadociousness and arrogance by the police department. And, they only give SSP Samuels more work than is ever needed, to manage this process. I mean, he's a man who's capable and he has the capacity to, but then you want to be able to not to be holding that kind of fire, but get the community at a level whereby they can help you to weed out any other elements of miscreants who might be there lurking in the corners and in the dark, rather than know for them to be up in arms against the police. But, we'll watch and see how that unfolds. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back from the quick break, the discussion continues. And we're going to see what, talk about another matter that seems to be developing right under our nose. When we get back, soon come. This is Tenny Miller Live.
If your love is under full control, would I never leave you alone? We'll keep you warm when you're feeling cold. From my heart and soul, from my heart and soul. Let the story be told, with big, bad and bold. Love is the answer. I give you love, you give I love, 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 love. I give you love, you give I love, love, love. You give I love, 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 love. Ya te lo digo, ay, que lo repita ya. El cubanito con su flow te engancha. Yo sé que te besé, te toqué, te gusta. Porque yo tengo el swing que le gusta la gata. Tengo el sazón con limón que te mata. No bajamos la intención del odio y corazón. Y para eso te bajamos esta blanca que trae. ¿Qué fue? I give you love,
Welcome back to the program. I'm your host, Roy Tenny Miller here. And it's Tenny Miller Live. And we're still at the Spicy Dutch Pot restaurant here at City Center in Montego Bay. And just to let you know that, well, and I have to shop because what I had today was a goated soup. I'm going to tell you, the goated soup, a ball out. It is screaming. It is beckoning you to come and have a cup or two. Of course, after that, we're going to be trying the curry goat after this. Right. Because, my wife is a curry goat specialist and I have learned the thing from her. So we're going to do the curry goat after this, for lunch. But just to remind you, it is right at City Center. As you exit the top road, or if you come on the bottom road, as they call it, which is the Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, or the top road, then you just come and down, head straight across the traffic light. Now you're going to enter into the center of the town. It is on the left-hand side. It's the City Center major shopping plaza and shopping mall right there. It's right across from what most Montegonians know, and those of you in the diaspora know that it's called Carroll Wall. Or that place where the Chinese were, it used to be the first time burger house. This is where the Spicy Dutch Pot is, and trust me, the food is good. The Spicy Dutch Pot is really a suitable name for the kind of a food and the layout here, and the staff is quite pleasing and nice, and the lovely young lady is here to, smile with you and greet you and take your orders and treat you with utmost respect and regard. So that's Spicy Dutch Pot here in Montego Bay at City Center. You can't miss it. Fine. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the day. Just come in, stop in, and then enjoy yourself. Now, I was also reading in the media elsewhere that the members of the Jamaica Football Federation seem to come to them senses late and decided to look out for, start to look under the buttery and the cobweb and the this and the that to see if they can come up with a replacement for the unfortunate Mr. Speed, who most persons feel is the reason why, and I'm only echoing what the community says and what people are saying, why we have that kind of a unfortunate thing with the boys not being able to make it, because the coach was not up to speed with the boys and he never had the ability and what was required to carry the team and to inspire the team to raise to a different level and to raise the bar. So they are now eventually searching for a new coach. So let me hear what it says. It says that after the departure of Steve McLaren, with the appointment being delayed multiple times, as a federation aims to carefully evaluate a growing pool of both local and international candidates to find the right long-term fit. In the meantime, an interim coaching setup led by Rudolph Speed, who is so slow, along Miguel Coley, continues to manage the selection process. Recent up-to-date indicates that no final decision has been made yet, with the timeline being extended further into the end of the year. they said that Mr. Michael Johnson and Darren Moore reportedly in contention, while Speed himself remains an option if he formally applies. My argument and the argument of quite a number of other persons out there says Mr. Speed must, where they say no, take up him book and him bag, sink a sankey and find him ways to go somewhere else. But Speed have to leave the national team. Because if Mr. Speed remains with the national team, them not going anywhere fast. If Speed remains with the national team, him not going anywhere very, very slow. So the decision is for Mr. Ricketts. And one of the concerns I have to say, why the Football Federation and the not get a proper shake-up? Because they seem to have a lot of people inside there who are just like baggage. They have been there for the longest while, and none of them no move, them not go nowhere. And them are complaints they don't have the money, and them don't have no this, and them don't have no that. But there are times when the team just going somewhere and the core of baggage that them carry. This are Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so, this and you have a whole classroom, almost like another team of officials who can't help the team, who can't do nothing for the team, who have not been doing anything for the team except just dip on a gravy chain. At least that's what it communicates to us out here. Some of the people I'm inside them, they're too long. And when you have people in positions like those are there for too long, it lends itself for hanky-panky and other possible things to go on inside there. Or some people just live off of the hog. Rather than they go start to do something more innovative. Go help to develop some other junior teams or something in your community. And yeah. But most of them just did it. And they now go away. And they sit down on the JFF. Like them just did it and they need to get rid of them. And when I get a chance the next day, I'm going to look at the list of all those persons who have been there for the last 10 or 15 years. And who have not seemed to have made much contribution to the process, except just that they are sitting on a gravy train. I remember I was in Florida, and they were just having a little friendly match with some other team. And them have about 9 or 12 officials and officers who people just go get a hotel room and walk up and down and go shop and look bossy. They now do nothing for the team. And the players need not get enough allowances and salary that you can encourage them to say, yes, go out there, go play. The team needs a shake-up. The JFF needs to be shaken up. A lot of them when they're in a JFF will go out in yard, go wash plate, or go sweep the yard. They're just there like a mass of, and the youngsters and the people who are there not getting an opportunity to shine and to develop and to show their skill and their worth and not getting, and I feel that some of them not getting enough compensation, the players. Another thing we may have a concern about is why we have so much foreign players, whether they had them mama and their papa come from Clarendon, Manchester, or their grandpa, but then they're foreign and then been foreign, and the team don't get a chance to grow and gel as a team. I don't know how them did really waste the time and waste the money. Say them, go try go a World Cup. Go wish for them, they're not going away. And most of them know, but them just stay on a gravy chain. And apart from that, all of these people who them have as foreign players, half of them don't know the rest of people they're going to play with. None of them don't know the next one, girlfriend, or mother, or sister, or brother. None of them don't know if the other one did broken foot or did have a headache the day before or last week, or did have a tragedy in their family. They don't know them one another. And they're supposed to play a game together. How the national team are going away. Lie. Rubbish. You have to have a group of people who spend time together, who train together, who work together, who share them grief and them sorrows. And them sorrows and who can share them pleasures and them joys, joyful moments together. Guys who care for each other and about each other. Otherwise than that, we're not saying anything, we're not going away. And the whole thing needs to be revamped and start over. We need to have something new. And the chairman or the president, as far as me is concerned, in kind of overdoing time. We need a new president. We need a new, more forward-thinking person. We need somebody who understands what the international dynamics are when it comes to soccer. When it comes to how do you put yourself into the game to meet the international standard and to deal with what's happening in Brazil and in Argentina and in Italy and all those places. Some of these people only concern is if you sit down on the gravy chain. Time we get rid of some of them. I'm a bad joke for $5 and you want my $4.50 change. That's how bad it is. So the advertising now for a new coach. Call Rennie Simons. When name Simone or Simone or whatever. At least call back Rennie to the better. Until you can find otherwise than that, what is wrong with Tapa with more? Can we strengthen Tapa? Send him go to Brazil or Italy or Argentina, which part? They can get some more training and exposure. And develop Tapa. And nothing wrong with Tapa because Tapa is the only one we carry to a level outside the Rennie. And we're getting all of this, but you know nothing. Because something inside the man and a gravy trained upon it, and some of them figure say, well, and them one must eat food. It's a eat a food train a lot of them depend, And when they maneuver and do the gerrymandering to see who becomes vice president and who becomes this and who becomes that. And I hear it's such a cutthroat and a treacherous organization, especially when it comes to the election process across the country. We have to do better than that. I may tell the government, spend more money upon them. Don't spend more money upon them until when there's a big shake-up in the movement. Some people, when they're too long, must go out of their yard. Or make them write a document to justify their existence. If the government must put one more cent of taxpayers' money inside there, every single member of that organization who are in an executive or management or supervisory position must write a document to say why I should remain with the national team, or make recommendation as to how can we approve the national team and make it something meaningful, and you can defend it. Otherwise than that, we're like school children playing with our first chemistry set. But it can't continue like that. We have to change style. We have to move to another level. Fine? The great Usain Bolt decided to bow out and go and do something else and say, what you know? See the road clear. So Shelly-Ann gone. So that new blood and new people and new thinking. The dynamics of the soccer thing need to change, man. Right now, we're not going away. And with all this, them run up and down, say them go this and go play friendly matches, and a waste of time. We need to look at what is happening with this soccer academy. Who are the youngsters that we have been grooming and pruning? Fine. How do we put them in a process of a developmental process? So give the next 5 years or the next 6 years, we know that we would have a group of youngsters who have spent years together, work together, go beach together, know each other's girlfriend, know each other's playing styles, technique, skills and abilities. You know it about each other like the back of your hand. So when you go to play anybody anywhere else, you say, all right, make we give them a breadfruit, and make we give them a hockey, and make we give them a dashing style. You would have spent so much time together and know so much about each other and have experimented with the various methodologies and techniques that are there as part of a training program. You can go up there, go do 2 walk on them, and you can be able to dazzle them on them, and you can get a chance to think. But you would have schooled and groomed and educated. But right now, as it stands, we're not really going away. We're not going away with football. Soccer now gone away. I mean, I tell government, I mean, a January government to spend 1 more cent of taxpayers' money. What I think them should do is spend the money and set up a whole lot of athletic coaching clubs and clinics across the country. Spend some more money on athletics. Spend some money on table tennis. Spend some more money on youngsters who want to develop them skill as a long jumper or a high jumper or a shot putter. Get some more of the youngsters who are interested in cricket and bring down some of the best you can find across the Caribbean and have clinics and training programs for them. But when it comes to the soccer, if you're not change up the dynamics and send some of the people and we did a long time and too long, go in yard, not going to change it, not going to get better because we'll not see another World Cup for a long time unless all of the garbage where them have inside there, all of the coral them where they have inside there, so pack them up, sweep them out, sprinkle them with some kind of a disinfectant and get rid of them, clean out the house and start anew. And the Minister of Sports has got to stand up strong and say enough is enough. And whether or not them claim say them are independent body, yes or no, call for some changes. Or start to call name and say, why is this person still there? What is he or she doing? What is the contribution they have made significantly to the movement within the last 5 or 10 years? What innovations have they brought to the table? Must go in the yard, man. Enough is enough. I mean, I talk from the top, come straight down. You need to clean house. And the only reason why the girls, them are going so well is because there's a greater sense of independence, unity of purpose among the young players, and the leadership of the young women soccer team doesn't seem to have element or stain of corruption within its movement or in its ranks. I mean, I say it might not be there, but if it did it now shows so much. You'll get a greater sense of unity and fixity of purpose among the women team than you find with the man team and the management and organizers of the men soccer. We need to change it. We need to do something about it. And the sooner we call a spade and confront some of the people to them face and say, all right, thank you for your service. And some of them are going to figure say because they spent 10 or 15 years inside the government, just no jump up and get an OD. OD for what? Order of the dirt? Order of deficit? Because the truth is they have not really made much meaningful contribution after a time. It's redundancy. They're talking about the law of diminishing return. That's what's happening to the Football Association. I'm going to keep one Bex. You have a lot of young men and young women out there, a lot of young men in schools and in clubs and communities who need to get some support and to begin to give them opportunity so they can develop and grow and become star players. They get a chance to develop and grow and to become star players. Be able to get them to interface with other teams across the Caribbean. And you know, there are a lot of great Jamaicans outside there who could make a contribution to the team. We have a Jamaican who is was up to recently was running the St. Lucian team and helping them and planning coaching clinics for them. You have another I think a Jamaican or who is somewhere in Germany who is doing a tremendous job with some of those major clubs in Germany. Why can't we find a way to look at what our demands are, what our needs are? What has been the weakness with our players over time? What has been the health issue that we have had with them? Anybody been documenting that and seeing what happened? What are the common injuries that most of these players seem to be having? And where and can identify what are possible, the things that have caused this, and how do we fix that? Understand what is the social and personal issue affecting each player. Does the organization know much about their family? Or how they grow? Are their mother? Are their father? They know what stories and issues and circumstances and problems that some of these players have. And has there been any effort to try and help them to fix it? Because these are things that also affect players, you know. Them life, them family. They might have even personal challenges. And they might just say, yes, burn up the time on the field to get rid of it. But then this thing is like a malignant cancer, a part of them head or them brain or them family or them. It's just, it might just be part of a social blockage of one sort or the other. And they just need to get the kind of a psychological and sociological support, understanding, assessment, and help so that they can really mushroom, develop, and grow. So, I know a lot of people might not be very, very pleased with I'm saying, but I just sat back and watch a lot of things going on, and, you know, sometimes it's not a matter of being silent, but you just have to say what it is, called a spade, because some people need to look in the mirror. And I challenge all of those people inside of that organization to really look at themselves and examine what they have been doing and not doing over the last 10 or 15 years. And what are the new challenges and new innovations they have brought to the table? What kind of meaningful contribution they can make or they have made within the last 10 years. And the truth is, one great contribution they can make now are take with themselves. Some of them inside them need to take with themselves and allow some of the other players and some of the other people the opportunity to show their worth and their skill and their talent. Open the thing, stop lock it up like it's a private like a club. And all them do is just play games with each other, pass the ball and the ball gone wrong. And when the money done, everybody say, oh, well, you know, we're spent. Make them give an account for the money where they must spend. Can they really, really accurately give account for the money they spend? And how much money spent by executive people for team, for the team to go all over the place? So, what can I tell you? This is Roy Tenny Miller coming to you live from one of my favorite places, the Dutch Pot, Spicy Dutch Pot Restaurant. Spicy Dutch Pot Restaurant here in city center, the center of Montego Bay, the place where we used to call it across from Carol Wall. It used to be Burger House. Trust me. Come right here at Spicy Dutch Pot Restaurant. Our goated soup. Check out the pot roast, ardent curry goat. And when you go to tell them, say me send you, Tenny Miller send you there, and you get your 10% discount. Listen, I am going to take my exit at this time, but just to let you know that, these are some of the things that we must think about and we must ponder on. And I hope that people take it in good spirits, not to see that you're trying to be malicious or try to really be disrespectful to anybody. But just to say that, some of us must sometimes take stock of ourselves and know when to take away ourselves. Until I join you next week, just remember, when you come into Montego Bay, stop at Spicy Dutch Pot. Spicy Dutch Pot. You can't miss it. Great food, great company. Ladies are there to serve you with a smile. Until I join you next week, Roy Tenny Miller saying, you sleep the sleep of the just, free from all your cares and sorrows. And as your night turns to day, as indeed it must, may you wake to a brighter tomorrow. Pick up the rest from here. Enough love, enough respect.
Atuanga, baby girl, make it spin like a bangle. Original, no artificial. El Bibo and Chaka. Tengo la morena, en de dime como loco. Tengo la morena, girl, en casa bailar. Tengo la morena, se calienta poco a poco. On the reggaeton la comienza a soltar.
Lo que le gusta hacer los suavecitos, ay papacita.
Papacito, ¿qué más puede?
Se pone coqueta y se menea, se menea, se menea. Que la tiene alta y se menea, se menea, se menea. Escuchando la vueltita de Benito, y sé que se le dice salir perrea. Fácil le dice pasito, ella lo mueve lento y culalea, ay culalea.
The reggaeton that make you move up your body. Everybody go on body in the party. Fight nice, the woman them plenty. Girl jump around from your nose, say you from you ready. Woman you full of vibes, can't done too many. Them ask if you bad and me tell them very. Go on do your thing and you no fret, now worry, 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 worry. That's how we stay, that's how we can. El Bibo Chuck and the Motaship and the reggaeton. That's how we stay, that's how we can. El Bibo Chuck and the Motaship and the reggaeton.
Se menea, se menea, se menea. Que la tiene alta y se menea, se menea, se menea. Escuchando la vueltita de Benito, y sé que se le dice salir perrea. Fácil le dice pasito, ella lo mueve lento y culalea, ay culalea. Es fanática de lo sensual, ella tiene una foto mía. Quiere que yo la pase a buscar, pasérselo lento.